Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to your daily dose of zombies news from the game and its community here on COD Zombies HQ. Thank you so much for tuning in today. There's a bunch of very interesting stuff to talk about, including a bunch of new information that was found in-game about DLC 2, and that was also leaked within the game files concerning future content. So without further ado, let's kick things right off with our first story of the day. The side Easter egg which we covered yesterday, which was added into all of the Outbreak Zombies maps, it's the one that involves the signal amplifier and rewards the player with points, intel, and a classic Zombies Easter egg song from one of the World at War maps. Well, more digging has been done to determine the exact locations of this Easter egg in your game, where this awesome Reddit user went ahead and compiled all of the known locations for this side Easter egg. So if you want to do it in your own game, the locations are on screen now, or alternatively they're linked down in the description for your viewing pleasure. Next up, as players continue to explore the Sanatorium Outbreak Zombies map, they're starting to notice some very interesting noises. You might have heard that within the spa location on Sanatorium, there's sounds from classic Zombies maps playing, but seemingly that's not the only location on the map where some very interesting sounds are being heard. Where a Reddit user plays is discovered in the row of houses for certain times where if you stand very still and listen closely, and I'll amplify this as much as I can so you can hear this as well, but this is some of the sounds that you can hear. Take a listen. So definitely some creepy whispering going on there, fits with the ambiance of Sanatorium, but the question of what exactly they're saying could be very important to the Cold War Zombies storyline. If you remember, back on the very first map, Maschine, if you enter the Pack-a-Punch room when the power is still off and you listen closely, players have found that within the vents on Maschine, similar whisperings to what we can hear here on Sanatorium are also heard on that map, and this is what they said back then. There's discussion that this phrasing of "we are here" could be somehow related to the Victus crew, which is currently stuck within the dark ether. There's the other theory that these voices are simply related to the main Easter egg of Maschine, but either way, what they're saying is very interesting, and I can't wait to see someone play with the audio a little bit here on Sanatorium to figure out exactly what these voices are trying to tell us. Next up, along with the Season 2 Reloaded update, we're starting to see some assets related to the next Zombies DLC pack, which we assume will be DLC 2 Berlin, found within the actual game files of Cold War. With the biggest thing that has actually been found as of this update is that there appears to be a new wonder weapon which has been added into the game files that is simply called the Mega Barrel. There is video of the effects of this Mega Barrel in action. Obviously I can't show them to you or Activision would strike me down, but I will leave general links down in the description for you to check out after this video's over if you want to see it yourself. While we don't know what the actual look of the Mega Barrel wonder weapon will be, we do know what its effects will be, and it appears that similarly to the Ray K, the Mega Barrel will have two specific variants. The first one is a big blue shot of electricity, very similar to the ranged attacks that the Tempests, those are the Avogadro looking guys over on Outbreak, use against you in that mode. And the second is a big ball of orange energy that is very similar to the ranged attacks that the Mangler uses against you in Firebase Z and in Outbreak. So it seems like this new wonder weapon will be based on the elemental research and properties of both the Tempest and the Mangler, where a character within the Cold War Zombies storyline has somehow been able to harvest the properties of those two entities and create their own wonder weapon using them. As for when we'll actually see this wonder weapon in game, there is two likely possibilities. The first is that this wonder weapon will debut as part of the Outbreak main Easter egg, which is going to be coming sometime in Season 3, or secondly, it could be the actual wonder weapon featured in the new DLC 2 Berlin Zombies map, which again is coming sometime either at the start or in the middle of Season 3. We do have more DLC 2 Berlin new info to talk about, which we'll do in just a second, because let's move on to our next story of the day. With Treyarch continue to implement new limited time modes into Zombies, the latest one being available only on the PlayStation platform. It leaves the Zombies community wondering what other limited time modes we could see in this game in the future, with a very interesting post from a Reddit user Danny showing what a Maschine totally pitch black horror version might look like. In his game, a graphics bug caused this, but you can imagine a version where Treyarch could make the indoor areas of Maschine pitch black like it is in this gameplay and style it as more of a horror type limited time game mode, which would be very interesting to play. I'm not sure how interesting it would be to watch, as everything would be so dark with only your flashlight to illuminate the zombies and their own glowing eyes giving off their location, but as we see Treyarch continuing to experiment in this mode, it'll be interesting to see if they do something like this in the future. Next up, a new Zombies map was announced yesterday. It wasn't for Cold War, but it is for a COD game that a lot of people have been asking for zombies to return in for quite some time. I personally have never tried it, but some time ago Activision added a zombies mode and zombies map into Call of Duty Mobile. They then removed it from the game. For some reason, players have been asking for zombies to make a return on mobile devices, with Activision now announcing that yes, zombies will be returning to COD Mobile with an entirely new map. So if you're someone that wants to try zombies on the go, I remember the classic Call of Duty Black Ops and the OG COD Zombies mobile game a long time ago. Those were awesome, so if it's anything like those, I'm sure this could be a lot of fun. And it's good to see COD Zombies expanding once again into more modes, rather than the mode being not featured at all or even removed from games. Next up, if you're one of those completionist types that wants to find all the hidden Easter egg intel, all of the new locations for the Season 2 Reloaded intel has been plotted down so you can easily track and find them in your own game. Once again, it's to Purple Panda coming to the rescue in that respect, so big shout out to you for compiling this information for the community, because some of the intel featured here does give us a very good indication about what we can expect in the DLC 2 Berlin Zombies map, where it's explicitly mentioned in one of the new Season 2 Reloaded intel, where in the intel entitled Proposed Targets, you get to see why the location of Berlin will get to be the DLC 2 Zombies map, where Valentina's trying to convince high-ranking members of the Soviet Union to trigger a Zombies outbreak as part of Operation Inversia. Valentina says about that location, but I pushed hard for Berlin. It would have afforded me further opportunities to complete my preparations there. The colonel, that's Kravchenko, did question my fixation on Berlin, but I told him I hate the Germans. That's always enough of an excuse for veterans of the Great Patriotic War like Kravchenko. If you guys weren't aware, the leading theories about where the Cold War Zombies storyline will go is that the DLC 2 Zombies map will offer a massive twist to the Cold War Zombies storyline, that instead of the overarching elements of this storyline being Omega Group versus Requiem, the DLC 2 Berlin map will be a turning point where the quote-unquote main enemy of the Zombies storyline will end up being Germans from 1945 who have been stuck in the dark ether since the war, plotting their return, which will happen thanks to their agent Valentina's deception. It's definitely going to be an insane turn of events if that storyline does take place. I think that sounds pretty darn interesting, but of course that can only be confirmed when the DLC 2 Zombies map comes out, either at the beginning or in the middle of Season 3. Next up, it's time once again for your favorite segment in mind, Outbreak versus Vehicles, where Snowman over on Twitter offers a bit of a warning for us in the Zombies community. If you're riding a snowmobile over on Alpine, be very careful when ejecting from your snowmobile at speed, as it could lead to a situation like this, where you just get straight up stuck inside of the doorway, inside of a wall of the actual Alpine compound. In the past, we've seen crates flinging vehicles, but in Soviet Russia, vehicle fling you. But guys, that wraps up the news today. I want to thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy it, consider hitting that thumbs up button down below. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. If the Cold War Zombies storyline does end up going that Germans returning from 1945 as the main enemy route in DLC 2 Berlin, like I said before, I think that does sound pretty interesting. And with the next main Call of Duty game developed by Sledgehammer pretty much confirmed to be set in WW2, it'll be interesting to see if this universe in Cold War Zombies will end up connecting to the universe that Sledgehammer sets up if they end up doing their own Zombies mode. But I want to thank you once again for watching, and I'll see you with another Zombies news video tomorrow. Peace.